Hello out there in TV land. This is Andy Blumenthal, the Total CIO, coming to you from Lake Needwood. It's a beautiful day out here on the water. Just reflecting on something that happened yesterday that I want to share. Um, I had a chance to meet somebody yesterday who had experienced an unbelievable trauma in their life and tremendous loss. And while I've seen, some people like particular Holocaust survivors who have experienced, the unbelievable horrors and atrocities of the Nazis, and many of them have, almost a vacant look in their eyes, almost completely broken. Um, the person I met yesterday had a different look. Her eyes were broken. Um, Not that she couldn't see, but from all the tears that she had shed on the loss of a child, and also a divorce, I believe. And her child had committed suicide afterwards in a horrible way. And when we saw this lady after many years now since the tragedy, she hugged my wife and she hugged my daughter. And in those hugs were the most pain I think I've ever seen in someone in my life. Um, I've seen people at funerals, and I've seen people in all sorts of situations in hospitals and things like this. But even after about 5 years since the loss of her daughter, I could see she was still a very broken woman from the pain. And when she hugged my wife and daughter, I could feel her, almost, getting the energy back from them. And, it was just an unbelievable thing, which it's almost impossible to explain. But she was sobbing. She was sobbing the deepest sobbing that I've ever seen. And my wife started to cry, and my daughter started to cry, and I started to cry, even though we only knew her from many years ago, and her daughter from many years ago. But that's how strong, how deep the pain was. We were all just crying together. And I got to see that, there are some wounds, they say time heals all wounds. I think it's not true. I think there are some wounds that time doesn't heal. And some things truly just break us, and maybe we can't ever really be fully put back together again. But this was a real lesson in the humility of life for me. And I never felt so deep from somebody in my life, even someone who I hardly know, someone who's experienced so much. So a lot can happen in life. We have to have faith. We have to be strong. And I guess we always have to try to anticipate the things that can happen, even though we can't control them. So again, the Total CIO coming to you from a beautiful place in Maryland, but having some reflections of some things that were a little less beautiful in life, but very real. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.